Hey guys, PigBenis here. We're in Hell Mine 11. Doing a little mining run today. We're rocking with the Finder F213, which I just picked up the other night. I ran back to Calypso, partied a little bit. I also picked up a Transformer T104. We're rolling with a level 7 amp, so let's see what we can do. I was here earlier. I had gotten a couple globals in Hell Mine 11, Ignisium, and Alternative Ingot, and hit a little Terradite and whatnot, so we're gonna see if we can't keep it rolling. And yeah, the Finder 213, I decided to switch off for this because the economy on it is a little bit better than the F105 by like a quarter of a peck or something. But when you drop hundreds of thousands of bombs in a day or two, then it should make up for itself. And also, it does have a little bit better search depth, 631 it looks like on this. So, yeah, compared to the F105, which is like 500 something. So, and then the Transformer, if you guys could pick up the Transformer T104 for like under 4 ped, it should work out, you know, provided that you run thousands of ped. Thousands worth of ore or ped through it, so it should treat you alright. But I mean, if you guys buy it over, you know, more than a couple of ped, more than 5-6 ped, whatever, it's probably not gonna be worth it for you. It's a considerable force nexus. So it's been rough down here in Hell lately. I honestly can't wait to leave. Just waiting, you know, like I said in the last video, just waiting to receive the armor that I want in the mining event here. So, yeah, been cycling through thousands of peds. Nothing too big. I did hit a Belkoff the other night when I headed back to Calypso. I decided to drop a level 7 amp. Picked up a bunch of amps and then came back here to finish it off, which brings up an important point. Let's get out of 11 here. Just talk about amps and economy, because I always see people like losing a lot of ped, and they just don't understand how it is possible to profit. I think that's like the single most asked thing that I get when I'm talking to you guys, and you guys, you know, chat me up, you know, shoot me a PM, chat me up. I'll answer your questions. The way basically the economy works in this game is you have to win the markup on everything, on the ores and matter you mine, and on your equipment. And if you're using amps, the markup on amps will kill you in the long run if you're not using the right amps. What I mean by that is if you're paying, say like on Rocktropia here, a level 7 amp is 112.5% most of the time. That's a sizable museum. You know, you run 30 bombs through a level 7 amp, and you're in the markup on 112.5% amp is 15 ped. 15 ped, $1.50 on every single amp. To think about that, that's huge when you're running through, you know, 5-10 a day, even just a couple, you know. Basically, if your return rate over the long run is 88%, and a lot of people say it's 90, it could be. I say 88, just, you know, I think it's a little less than 90. When I figure out my calculations, I go 88% return. That means you need a markup on your finds consistently, an average of 27% to break even. That's a sizable iron. It's a sucker amp. Did I forget the amp? No, it's on there. Alright, what the hell, dude? So yeah, 27%. Now if you get that amp for cheaper, say like if you're able to get it for a 104%, not that you could ever find a level 7 for 104, but if it's possible, that means your markup is only 4.5, 4.8 ped, which means you need a loot markup of 20%, which is still kind of high. I would imagine that you guys average anywhere from, I don't know, 13 to 15%. Yeah, that's if you're selling every single thing that you find. My average lately has been 17%. I think that's very good mining hell. You know, that's finding force nexus, it's finding sweet stuff, and a bunch of other like worthless ores and end matters that you try to get like a half a ped for. That's a sizable Majarian mist. Wow, I did global. I mean, I found some claims, but I haven't global, which is kind of strange. Not that it matters, but that's why the people with unlimited amps have such an advantage. Unlimited amp would save you hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of ped per per run, basically. An unlimited level 7. To break even, you would need a profit of, I think it's 14%, and this is including decay, like a 3 ped decay on an amp. And when I mean that, I mean your refiners, your extractors, and your finders. You know, my finder right here was 1.8 pec times 20 drops, so I mean it's really not much. Uh oh, I think we're crashing here. Nope. Alright, there we go. That was strange. That's never happened before. So, keep that in mind when you buy your amps, and you're probably thinking, oh, you know, 112%, 111%, I'll just buy the one amp and that'll be it. But you're literally you're losing 1 to 2 ped an amp if you don't get a percentage point less. Yeah, if you guys don't have the float too to last a long time, you'll lose ped quick, like in Hell or Foma. I mean, if you don't have thousands of ped to play with, you can easily lose, you know, everything without seeing any sort of return. I keep track of all my returns on an Excel sheet. I got basically every amp at every price, like a level 5s, level 2s, and at their markup rate to see basically which one has the best economy for me and which one's the best deal. Because if I'm averaging 17% markup and I've got an amp that costs me 112% and I need to get a markup of 27%, I'm losing out in the long run, and I will consistently lose if I don't get that markup. So that's why it's important to mine areas that have a lot of markup. It's important to sell your ores, your oils, and all that stuff that you find for at least some sort of markup, as to not bring down your average, and to get your gear as cheap as possible. I hate to say it, you know, don't be stingy, but seriously, do be stingy. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today, rambling. We got a couple sizables. Kind of a bad amp. If we get anything worthwhile, it doesn't look like it. So yeah, see what happens when you mine iron and sweet stuff. It's gonna be a losing run. Anyway, we'll see you in the next episode, guys. Thanks for watching.